very curious. I'm very curious if anyone actually did like this movie. That's like just passionately.
Hello, everyone. We're the Continuity Crew. I'm Will.
I'm red.
That's Win. And as always,
Technically yellow.
Today we're back with another episode of Streaming Junkies. And today we're talking about the it's not anticipated.
The long anticipated Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Ryan Reynolds
duo
collab.
Yeah. Red Notice, starring the aforementioned them and Gal Gadot.
Gadot.
Good.
Gadot.
It's Gadot.
It's Gadot.
It's Gadot.
Gal Gadot. She made it very clear in Jimmy Fallon. Gadot.
Red Notice follows an FBI agent who's hunting down the two art thief, who's trying to steal these eggs that were allegedly Cleopatra's, and it's a silly little comedy.
It's basically like Central Intelligence Agency, like the one with Kevin Hart.
Mm-hmm.
Except Kevin Hart was like not an agent, I guess. I don't remember.
Well, it's directed by the same guy, so that makes sense.
Yeah, that's true.
Directed by Rawson Marshall Thurber. That's the plot. What do you think of this movie, Wen?
An ass.
It's awful. This movie was so bad. Did we expect any less, though?
No, not really.
So
I didn't expect any more either.
We got what we expected. I'm not disappointed by this movie. I didn't have any hopes for it. I mean, you can throw these big names in it, and The Rock and Ryan Reynolds have chemistry, sure, and it can be funny. Wasn't very funny. There was no moment between them I was like, haha. But like Ryan Reynolds is always just Ryan Reynolds. So.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds does this like pause, make jokes.
Yes, the like pause and just like completely overt like stupid joke, and it sells.
One of the first things I wrote for this movie was like, these motherfuckers really got the History Channel guy. Or the History Channel narrator in the beginning.
Oh, in the beginning? God, that was awful. I was like, what am I watching? Why is this happening? There were so many points in the movie. I was like, why is this? What's going on? What are we doing here? I don't know. I don't know what this movie.
I don't like this movie at all. I mean, it was a dumb, fun kind of comedy where it was like, I could have this on and I wouldn't mind it.
So I saw a thing where someone said like, oh, this should be, if this isn't the prequel for how Hobbs met Ryan Reynolds' character from Hobbs and Shaw, like, I don't know what they're doing, which would be pretty funny. And then this reminded me of like, I definitely think it was inspired by Indiana Jones. And
also Jackie Chan's movies. Like, especially like the scaffolding fights.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was very reminiscent to Jackie Chan. The towels, the throwing kind of things, just unlatching
you can
things.
Say that's a positive. Maybe. I don't know.
It wasn't very good. You could tell that he had a stunt double. Like,
oh yeah, it's so obvious. Like the stunts in this were pretty atrocious. And anytime like they couldn't really use a stunt double, like the bull fighting scene, like. It's all CGI, and it looked awful.
Yeah. This whole thing was just. I feel like this was The Rock's doing.
Probably. It seems like the director and Dwayne work a lot together, so I would assume they were like, let's do this, and
you can immediately tell that The Rock was a bad guy. Because of his turtleneck in the beginning.
Well, spoiler.
I don't care.
Spoiler. Yeah, we'll talk about that. But spoiler alert for the Red Notice. So there's a twist. We get a little twisty. So The Rock is in cahoots with Gal, and they're like, they're fucking. So, and they're like, and the whole thing, which is so dumb. I'm like, oh, well, okay, maybe it wasn't. It was a little clever. Of like, oh, there's two bishops in chess, and I'm like, haha, that's clever, but shut up, so stupid.
But it wasn't set up in the beginning at all. It was just kind of like,
no,
they were just doing it out of nowhere. They were just like, there's two bishops. Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, the little setups that they had were just little quips.
Yeah,
like maybe I'm the bad guy.
Maybe I'm the bad guy. Oh. Maybe I'm a jerk off. Like,
I put on here, it says, let me guess, Bishop is Hobbs.
and like, you know, he was right.
Oh, yeah, fathers love bullshit plot.
Oh, yeah, that was so dumb. The whole Rock and like Ryan, I keep on saying Gosling, Reynolds, like trying to have this like moment. All the moments they had were so dumb. Like, I get Ryan Reynolds' side of being like, haha, like we have a connection, but The Rock was just so like not into it. I was like, what? I don't know. It just felt weird. Like,
I feel like it was having fun in this movie.
I'm sure they did. Like, I bet they're palling around. I mean, obviously, I bet The Rock and him were working on Fast and Furious, and we're like, hey, I'm working with this director. You want to come be a part
of it?
Oh, yeah,
he was in Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that.
So,
holy shit. Did you say that there was going to be another movie for this, or was it something
I wouldn't
else?
be surprised. Would not be surprised. And then the trailer for this, I'm going to say it was pretty good trailer because it was misleading. So it makes it seem like The Rock is like chasing after both of them, which he is, but it seems like that's what the movie's about. Like, they're bad people, so we're gonna get them, but I'm gonna have Ryan Reynolds tag along as being like the bad guy that knows how they think.
It was also very confusing though, because like he was supposed to be some sort of agent. I knew that from the get-go, but then they, like, in one scene where, you know, Gal Gadot was just approaching the second egg or whatever, they were friends, so I was like, what is happening? So
Yeah.
that was kind of misleading, but this movie in itself probably would confuse a lot of people.
Probably a little bit. I'm excited. So as we speak, my dad is watching it downstairs.
He is, yeah.
And I think he's gonna love it. So
he's probably gonna love it. Yeah.
This is his type of movie. He loved what was it, Six Underground? And I'm like, this.
I hated that movie.
You know, I may only say this once, but this would have been better if it was directed by Michael Bay.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I just think with the little Michael Bay touch, it'd be a little bit more, the action would be better.
The action I can see being better.
And that's like, sure. I was expecting more action, I guess, out of this, while all of it was just stupid, little quirky, little fun, and I'm just like, I just hate.
I just realized this now, but they literally put Nazi shit in a comedy movie.
They did. That's so I whenever they brought up the Nazis, I was like, are they actually gonna like show like Nazi stuff? And they did, because I feel like they kind of avoid that with stuff. But that's what I was saying is like Indiana Jones. I'm like, this is a shitty sequel to Kingdom of the Crystal Soul. It's even worse than Crystal Skull because it doesn't have Harrison Ford. Because
maybe this was like Ryan Reynolds' audition tape for Indiana Jones.
Maybe. I don't know. God, they're shooting Indiana Jones 5, like, or I think it's on hold because Harrison Ford got hurt or something. Oh my God, this movie. It hurt.
Though this was just a movie that I just discounted. I was just kind of like,
yeah, it's fun.
It's whatever.
It's these actors having fun. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure Netflix gave them the money. I'm sure the director had the script and was like, here, just go ahead.
I don't think this was Netflix. The way Netflix works is that like you have to find your own resources, and then Netflix will buy it from you. But this does have like that very Netflixy.
It does.
Movie.
It feels like a Netflix movie.
Yeah. It's becoming weirdly big budget if you think about it, since like 5 years ago.
Well, that can be good. I mean, I always think back to the first big budget movie I feel like they advertised was Triple Frontier, and it had like Ben Affleck. I had a ton of people in it, but God, it was so bad. And I'm like, when are they gonna break that? When Netflix can do like a good indie movie, but when are they gonna have like a pretty decent like big budget? Like, I probably never. But
the thing is, like with the indie movies, they can just like. They'll tell them, hey, find funding and we'll buy it from you if we like it. And then with like movies like involving The Rock or any big name stars, they're probably just like we can pay you something.
I'm gonna sound biased here, but like I feel like the best action one they've done is Army of the Dead.
Yeah, that does sound a little biased.
It is biased. I love Zack Snyder, that's why. But I mean, honestly, like they're all just so bad. I can't think of like the serious action ones, the comedy action. Like They all suck on Netflix.
I don't even know how to counteract that. I don't have a movie that I know that's made by Netflix.
Like Six Underground, Triple Frontier. I mean, they're just. I mean, I can't think of one besides that, but Army of the Dead was at least fun and actiony. Well, this I said it was fun, but it was fun enough, is what I mean.
Was it?
I mean, I laughed. Like there was a couple times like I laughed out loud too. I LOL'd.
You LOL'd.
I lolled.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to find some, but I don't think there's any.
Oh, never. Okay, I'll counter that. I'll take back what I said. Extraction.
Yeah,
but
Extraction is.
Extraction was like but like this was just bad. I mean, to wrap it up, like this movie was not great. I appreciate the effort. Being very critical about it, like it sucked.
Yeah.
It was really bad. I'm not surprised though. I
expect this from like 24th Century Fox.
Or
like
it's just 20th Century Studios.
I don't give a shit. Fox.
It's not Fox no more. I would. I mean, I hated. I didn't hate, but Army of Thieves, like that wasn't good. But like this was much worse than that.
That one was really cringy.
It was. Cringy.
I haven't finished it yet.
But so
like,
was this.
The amounts. This wasn't as cringy, but Army of Thieves.
Thieves at least made like cracking safes like kind of cool.
Not really.
It made it interesting.
Not really.
Whatever you say.
Cracking safes is not like that at all.
I know it's not, but it made it like, oh, that's kind of cool. But
not really.
To you, I mean, I bet plenty of people would agree with me.
You just watch Chris Ramsey on YouTube. That's more interesting.
I'm sure it is, but
he
it's a
doesn't crack
movie.
safe, but it's puzzly shit. And then there's other like crack safe kind of people. There's one guy that does it in like 5 seconds.
Before we wrap up, do you have any favorites from this movie?
No.
Ed Sheeran showing up. I like that.
God, Love Ed Sheeran. I like the girl's reaction again.
Yeah.
These nice eggs. Ed Sheeran.
And then like Ed Sheeran swinging at him with a guitar. I thought that was funny. Let's give our ratings though. Here we do critical rating and an entertainment rating. Critical and entertainment, we do 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. Win. What's your critical
2.
rating? 2. Solid. I didn't expect any less.
Yeah, I already like the beginning sequence is like, this looks like a 2.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 3.5 for each time I laughed out loud.
Yeah, cool Porsche Taycan commercial. They just ran it outside. I was expecting it though. I already knew what the humor was gonna be like. Yeah. I knew it was gonna be the total opposite. Yeah, I that was way too easily expected. Maybe next time do the opposite.
Movie was very predictable.
Yeah, it was very, very predictable.
So, entertainment wise, out of 10, 2.
I was bored.
Yeah, I'll say
Gal Gadot couldn't even pull me from there.
3.5. Also, yeah, this was bad.
Yeah, this was really time consuming.
Yeah, that not many times. Like I tried not to like fall asleep during movies, but I'm not gonna lie, I definitely like rested my eyes a little bit when they like went into the jungle looking for the like Nazi. Yeah. I was like, let me just close my eyes for a little bit. This is time consuming. This hurts.
I was playing F1 while this movie was playing, and then I had to replay a few scenes back because I was like, oh,
what happened?
What?
Anyways, though, highly do not recommend Red Notice.
This is a movie where I just like, if I ever go on a date or like if someone comes over, I just tell them like, yeah, The Rock is my uncle, and sometimes they'll just believe it. So
it's like, hey, it's playing at Cinemark, so thank God we didn't go see it in theaters.
Thank God we didn't. Yeah, this would have been.
I mean, we could have seen it early, but I'm glad we didn't. This was
dog shit.
So that's our review, though. Our episode of Streaming Junkies on Red Notice. I forgot the name. I'm sure we'll get Red Notice too. So subscribe for whenever that happens.
Wait, Red Notice. Wasn't this similar to What is that Ryan Reynolds movie with Samuel L. Jackson, Bodyguard?
It felt very similar to that. I mean, it's probably just because it's got Ryan Reynolds and like he plays the same character every time. He's just got different like emotional problems.
Yeah.
Anyways, though, like I said, that's our episode of Streaming Junkies. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure you like if you enjoyed. Comment down below. Did you like this movie? And if you did, tell us why down below.
And we'll tell you which mental illness you have.
And don't say that. And subscribe if you want to see more like this. Thank y'all for watching. We love movies. We love y'all. We'll win. Bye.